So this weekend, Michelle, you know that I was in Florida and I was at a speaking, Kevin and I both were at a marriage conference, and it was really a wonderful experience. And I know you're getting ready to do a clinical training in Austin, Texas, and that is
Yeah,
October 3rd.
October 3rd. Yeah. I'm
And
so excited to train in person.
yeah.
It's been years of a lot of training online.
So when you because I'm also training October 3rd on Hilton Head in person. So it's really
Perfect.
cool that we're both offering the training at the same time, different parts of our country. But
Yeah,
that in person was really magical this weekend. And not that online doesn't work, because it does.
it does.
It was pretty powerful. It's taking me back to the questions some of the couples come in with, at least in my practice, and then in this conference I just left, which is, I really want you to fix her, or I want you to fix him. And what you
Mm-hmm.
just really said, like, where do you begin, is with that self-hygiene, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The intention and being conscious. Yeah.
The intention and then being conscious. I think a lot of people that are listening may say, conscious, what do you mean about becoming conscious? What does that mean really? Can you talk more?
Yeah. Well, that's a very deep question, I think. I
Mhm.
think it's a very deep question because I think there's levels. There's levels of, it's basically awareness.
Mhm.
Um, if you're in a 12-step program, it's how sober are you, which could be abstinence from the drug of choice, but it could also just be aware of your needs,
Mhm.
of your feelings, of what's going on between you and the people in your life. Like it's like levels of awareness, levels of sobriety, if you would. Like it really varies, but we can even go further into it in that some people believe consciousness is kind of all there is and that we create a reality with our consciousness. I mean, it goes really into like kind of quantum physics.
I hear what you're saying about levels of consciousness, and I think it does begin with awareness, because if I watch these couples get really educated in just a couple days about moving from their unconscious behaviors and choices to making more conscious decisions, and therefore exhibiting behaviors that are more conscious. And how, when you described, when you know that Stephen needs physical touch, and maybe that's not your love language, and it may not come to you and intuitively to do that for him, but you move from the unconscious, which is giving him kind of what you need, versus what he needs. It's an example of moving from that unconscious behavior to a more conscious, intentional relationship.
Yes. Yeah, and there's another level because in a relationship, there's two consciousnesses. There's two
Yeah.
of us. And so I actually love giving physical touch. I mean, that was sort of the thing that really worked for both of us is I grew up in a very cold family, not a lot of touch. And so it really worked for us that we both love, like we're a cuddly hugger, we love it. Um, but what's interesting is when Steven's not in a good place, his awareness level that he's receiving goes down.
Okay.
So it's both. It's very much like, you have to coordinate like a dance. You have to be really coordinated in what are you giving and what are you receiving. So oftentimes in our work, it's really a love laboratory in this couple. They've never existed before. They're like two little snowflakes, never existed. And they won't exist the same way again in a few weeks. They're always changing. The world's changing them. They're changing each other. And so we like throw in these experiments about what can they give and what can they receive.